Many of the questions that I've been receiving lately have been about bonding and also about how to take care of ourselves during pregnancy and childbirth. And I started to realize that the questions or the answers that I was coming up with had a lot to do with the five senses and honing in on those five senses. And so something that I recommend, first of all, we'll go over childbirth, when you're setting up your birthing space, when your support system, when they're asking how they can support you, have them and yourself hone in on your five senses. So what are the types of liquids, the tastes that can really support your sense of taste? Can you have an essential oil diffuser set up with your favorite scents that can fill the room with really lovely aromas? Lavender and peppermint are usually my go-tos as a doula when I'm in the birthing space with the mom. They were also my favorite when I had my son. Touch, what's the fabric of the birthing gown or clothes that the mom's gonna wear? What are the sheets like? What's the pillow that she's gonna use? Will she have a birth ball to sit on to soften the pressure on her hips? Let's see, what else? Sight. So a lot of moms, they have their eyes closed during childbirth, which is why I offer a lot of guided meditations at my site, yourserenelife.com. The link's below. And that helps to give her something to see in her inner mind. But if your eyes end up being open during birth, which sometimes happens, it's really nice to have a beautiful focal point, something that is aesthetically pleasing and helps you feel empowered or So focusing on your five senses is super helpful during childbirth. It can help you come back into your body to feel really nourished and supported, and it gives your supporters something that they can actually do. And focusing on touch just for a minute, I have a lot of pressure points that I use as a doula during birth that is really helpful, like a light touch massage. If you want that handout where I go through the specifics of that, just email me at the email below and I'll go ahead and send that to you, no charge. But beyond nurturing your five senses during childbirth, it can also be really helpful when you're in a mood where you feel really sad or you feel like really overwhelmed, you have so many to-dos and you can't just relax or focus. Focusing on your five senses and checking off those five boxes, like, okay, I'm gonna drink some water, I'm gonna nourish my sense of taste. What am I smelling right now? Like, I'm gonna find some essential oils or something that pleases my sense of smell. Let's see, listening. I'm gonna put on a song that makes me feel really good. I'm going to put on clothes that feel nice, or I'm gonna do this light touch massage that helps to stimulate nerve endings and release endorphins in the body. And sight, I'm gonna look at something that makes me happy. So giving yourself something really specific to do with the five senses can help to pull you out of that bummer mood, for lack of a better word. Okay, and so now switching to bonding with baby, another question that I have received a lot. This goes back to the five senses. When we have an infant, they obviously can't talk back to us. It can feel weird, honestly, to try to bond, to try to communicate. It's like, what do we even do? Focus on their five senses. So touch is something so crucial for babies. Just holding them, going back to that light touch, doing that light touch, taking a course on infant massage, stimulating that sense is so beneficial for them. Sight, making eye contact with baby. It's one of the most beautiful ways to communicate love and support. If you choose to breastfeed, that's amazing time to make that eye contact. Usually they're already looking at you during that time. Let's see, sound. Singing to them, talking to them, that's how they learn language, is hearing your voice, hearing other people around them talk. That's how we learn language. Putting on a song that you guys can dance to, and even just having silence, recognizing that sometimes getting rid of that constant noise can be really soothing as well. Okay, what else? Sense of smell. Some essential oils, you don't want to put essential oils on a baby, but maybe having a diffuser with some lavender or a really mild scent can be really lovely for a baby, especially if you're trying to get them to calm down, to go to sleep. And what else? What am I missing? Oh, taste. Taste. So obviously infants can only have either your breast milk or formula if that's what you're choosing, but knowing that if you are breastfeeding, what you eat can actually shift how your breast milk tastes. So some things that for some babies can be off-putting: onions and garlic. Sometimes if a mom eats a lot of dairy, it can kind of upset her baby. So just kind of tuning in to maybe when your baby seems off after feeding, or if they seem less interested in the breast milk. This is not super common, but it happens. So just being aware, maybe keeping a food journal. For me, if I remember in the beginning of my son's life, I had this huge craving for mint chocolate chip ice cream, but we accidentally bought the kind that had like no sugar added, so it had a sugar substitute in it. And I didn't really think much of it. I ate it, and for that like 2 weeks or so that I was working through that gallon of ice cream, every time after I'd eat it, then like a few hours later when I would breastfeed, my son would be kind of colicky, his stomach was just bothering him, and I finally figured out like, oh yeah, it's that whatever that sugar substitute is. Because even for me, if I like ever drink like a Diet Coke or something with aspartame in it, my stomach does not do well. So just tuning in to baby's sense of taste, what they're getting through the breast milk, and adjusting accordingly. So again, if in doubt with your own emotions during childbirth, bonding with baby, if in doubt, just focus on nurturing the 5 senses. If you have a question about pregnancy, childbirth, early motherhood, go ahead and leave a comment below or email me at the email address that's in the description.